Good afternoon. Welcome to Real and Raw. My name is Elle, and the topic today is single ladies in Atlanta. We have three beautiful ladies here, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Jay.
Hi, I'm Nisha.
Hi, I'm Nick.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So the topic today is single ladies in Atlanta. And you three are single ladies in Atlanta. So we're going to have a great conversation today. So doing my research, I researched an article that stated there was 80,000 more single women than men between the ages of 18 and 64 in Atlanta.
I believe that.
Yeah, so the odds still favor single men on the East Coast and single women on the West Coast. Do y'all feel that?
Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Move, ready to
Right.
relocate?
Yeah, we need to
relocate. Yeah, I'm relocate.
Well, not me. Let me know.
Not me.
Not me.
Us.
I'm married.
Us. Yeah, we
But
gonna,
yeah.
we can get us an apartment somewhere.
So we're going to start off today by asking just a few questions just to kind of get to know you guys and what you're looking for. So the first question is, are you interested in a relationship? So
I
Jay,
am.
can you start?
I am interested in a relationship, but of course in Atlanta it's a little difficult, but so it may be a whole maybe need to get out of Atlanta, relocate type of thing, but I am.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm really interested in a relationship, but I wouldn't mind an honest companion
Okay.
or companionship type deal.
Okay. And you, Nikki?
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, I'm not really looking. If it happens, it happens. I mean, I don't want to be alone forever, but, just whatever comes my way is how I'll play it by ear,
So what are you guys looking for in a man?
Me? I'm gonna switch it and say I'm looking for a man that's looking for a woman like me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can say, I can roll down all the qualities of a man, and he may show up, but he may not be ready for a woman like me. So
Right.
I'm looking for a man that's ready to be honest and know what he wants in a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess as far as qualities, I mean, good job, employed with a career. Where's the kid? Of course, fun, not crazy, and not gay, preferably for myself, or open with whatever he's doing in life
Right.
out here in Atlanta.
You never know.
Exactly.
For me, I'm looking for somebody who can, I can be myself around, and it's more like a friend that will turn into something more. So I'm looking for like a natural connection where it's not a force to talk to them, and like I'm not gonna go with they need a job and also everybody needs a job. Everybody needs, we all know we need money. So obviously that would be something that is a factor, but it's not something that's like a deal breaker for me. I need somebody like I can vibe with, and then we can move from there.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know for me when I was single and I was out looking, dating, I had a list of what I wanted in a man, right? I could never find him. I
Ever.
tried,
Yeah.
but I could
Never.
never find him. So I decided to just wait on God
And let it be.
and let it be. So, and that's when, my husband now came into my life. So it's hard. It's really
Right.
hard,
Yeah.
How important is it to have chemistry with the person that you meet that you feel like, okay, this could be possibly the one?
Well, for me, chemistry is almost everything. Like if I don't want to talk to you, if I don't want to be around you, then we're not gonna, it's not gonna go anywhere. I just feel like, you have to be able to have that connection, that personable, you make me laugh, I make you laugh, like things like that. Like to me, chemistry is like almost a key part of your foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely very important. It's all about the vibe. You can kind of catch your vibe with someone, or kind of if you guys can like talk effortlessly, or if it's forced, or if you even have conversations. So that's very, very important. Yeah.
Right. No, and I agree with chemistry. It's important. It's important to meet the person that doesn't have on a mask.
Right.
Because if I vibe with you, I might be vibing with you because you got on the mask right now. You know what I'm saying? And later on, I might meet the real person, and I'm like, nah, I can't vibe with you. But
Right.
so I think that's why chemistry comes into play, because if a person is, like she said, talking effortlessly, y'all friends, you know what I'm saying, having that conversation, then you link with internally who that person really is. So
Right,
it
right.
can make or break anything.
For sure.
But have you ever met somebody that you didn't have the chemistry with, but later on you was like, oh, yeah, I could be with him?
Yeah, I mean, I have. I can say that. I definitely have. I think, well, he claimed like he was more nervous, I guess. But it was one of those things that I'm like, I don't feel like you're being yourself. Like, it's not there.
Right.
So, you know, I gave him a couple more dates. And eventually he started to come around. But it was still that thing. Now I'm going back like, well, weren't you yourself from the beginning? Because in here, I'm sitting here thinking that it's like,
Right, like what's the problem?
right, and then
Yeah.
here you come like, oh no, let's go, you know, do whatever. So it can come around, but I think I wanted it in the beginning.
Yeah, but I think some people are afraid to show it in the beginning
Mhm.
because they've been, I think everybody, and I've met it a lot here in Atlanta, a lot of people are guarded.
Yeah.
Because it's a continuous cycle of somebody hurt you, so you hurt the next person,
Right.
or you put up a guard to where you don't want to be hurt again. So you're like, oh, I'm going to hold back a little bit of who I am before I can show somebody who I really am because I don't want them to hurt me, which it can become a devastating cycle when you're trying to date because you're like, let me know who you are and let's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Forget the last person you dated. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to me right now.
Right.
So can we move forward? So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's why you do have to go on different dates with people and talk to them and have
Right.
that open conversation.
Right.
Sometimes instead of just cutting them off, be like, oh man, he just was, you know, yeah, you're like, oh, he blocked out. But you have to try and see if you're going to give them an opportunity to reveal who they really are in a situation.
Right, right. So have you guys ever met a man that said he wasn't married, but he was?
Come out January or come out?
Right, we all probably in Atlanta. You probably
Absolutely.
ran into one
Yes,
of them.
for
Yeah.
sure. I actually
Yeah.
have met about 3
Or
of
you meet them and they
those.
are married and they don't care.
Then they- yeah.
So, you know, they just want you to be an addition to what they
Whatever
already
they're
have.
doing.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm no one's second choice.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
like-
you know, I feel, to me, it's just, I think it's selfish and it's ignorance as far as for you to feel and believe that you can be with some person and make them feel that they're your own one and only, but then you also have another person. It's like, if you don't want to be in a relationship, then just don't be in one. That's the biggest problem with
Mhm.
men
Exactly.
and women or
Let
whoever,
her go.
however,
Let her
women,
go.
women.
Right.
Like, I feel, say what you want. Like, I'm the type that,
Right.
listen, this is what this is going to be. I don't, you know, if all we're going to do, you know, we're only going to have sex, then that's all this is going to be. We're only going to, I don't want to go out. I don't want it to be anymore. I feel like people aren't honest and genuine and don't allow the other person to make the decision for
Right.
themselves.
Oh,
They
yes.
take the decision away
Oh, I
from
hate
you
that.
by not telling you or thinking that, you know, you're wanting to be a
Right.
part of this.
They wanna have all the cake.
Polyamory, whatever they got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely want to have all the cake and eat it, too. Or when you find out that they're married, because you've done your FBI research, you send them a screenshot of their family, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm so sorry. I was gonna tell you. I'm gonna leave, but you're
Right,
not.
and
And
then
then
stories.
and then it's like, okay, well, you could holler at me once you do all of that.
Right.
And then
That's the paperwork.
it's right. Where is it? And then let me see. it,
Yeah,
'cause
never.
you're saying you're single, but I don't think your wife knows.
That you're single. I got separated.
Right,
I
right.
don't think your wife knows that
Are
you're
you really?
single, sir.
Right.
So yeah.
So do you feel like it's a lot of that going around in Atlanta?
I
A
believe
lot of
because
side
it's
chicks.
Yes.
yeah, because I believe that now, unfortunately,
It's a culture.
it's a culture and it's
Yeah.
being accepted.
It's glorified now.
It's glorified, right? It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
doesn't
Yeah, it
matter,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. No one has any respect for relationships.
No one has any loyalty.
Exactly.
And that's my thing. No, it's like no one's loyal anymore.
So have you dated anybody and then you realized that they were?
Okay. No, but I was actually just dating a guy that I think is under down low gay.
Okay.
So I think that's interesting
Okay.
because he, you know, that's the thing too is about tendencies, and I feel like when Nikki was talking about choices, I feel like that's also the same with guys if they do want to do that with their life. Just be more out in the open because your tendencies are going to show.
Right.
I was dating this guy. He's a little actor and everything's, you know, was nice, and he took me out on the dates and everything, and it was really nice, but he's really pretty. Like pretty. Like he called me one day and was like, "Oh, I just dyed my hair. I'm at the hair at the hair salon." So that was one. So we were talking, And he says, well, I really want to open a bar. I'm like, okay. So, I think I want to open a gay bar. I'm like, what for? And I even made the comment, I said, that's pretty bold of you, as pretty as you are in Atlanta, because they're already going to think that you're gay. He's like, well, it doesn't matter to me, or whatever. I have gay friends and all that stuff. But long story short, I think he's accidentally ended up at too many gay clubs on a Thursday to where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's where you're going to go. So I thought that's him at their bay.
Yeah, but I would say in Atlanta, another unfortunate thing with culture, we're talking about side chicks, is a lot of females are, because they're tired of being single, they're accepting it.
Yeah.
And they're letting them do whatever they want to do, and they're like, okay, you want to go to the gay bar on Fridays, and Friday your date. You get your hall pass on Friday, you know what I'm saying? We have a kid, and that's it. I'm home life. But on the weekends, they can go and go to the gay clubs, frequent those, and do those type things, because it's become such a bad thing that women don't want. It's a lot of women, not talking to the ones that like being single, you know what I'm saying, like the single life, partying up. Hey, that's you. But for the ones that don't want to be single, such as myself, you start to question yourself on what you're accepting from people in situations.
True.
And a lot of them are putting themselves in that situation and saying, hey, I want a family. He's going to give me this family. It does come with circumstances, and I have to, deal with certain things, but I want it so badly that I'm going to deal with it.
Right.
True.
So, I see it happens, and not just with gay guys, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that are dealing with situations that they may not want to be in or deal with, but because they don't want to be alone, you deal with it.
Exactly. So, what do you think about, like, dating a guy, like, say, that's been in jail? Because we all know there's a lot of good brothers in jail.
Honey, that's where all the good ones are.
So how do y'all feel about dating someone like that?
Well, me personally, because I dated someone that's in jail, it's been in jail, they're still a person.
Right.
It happens. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's human. Who are we to judge someone else off of something that they've done? Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not for the rapists and the killers and the things like that, but some of the black men and some of the men that are in jail shouldn't be in jail for the little petty things they do. So it's like, understandable they whatever, but I can't judge them as a person off of something that they may have done years ago, and it's now they're paying or their mistake back or whatever it may be. I mean, it's a gamble.
Right.
Like that. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, but if you stay true to yourself and true to who it is that you're speaking with or talking to, then I think it can work out.
Right. I mean, just like you said, if they hadn't committed murder, haven't done that to a child, or something like that, or raped somebody, there are a lot of good brothers in prison
for little, small things, little petty things and stuff like that, and people are, when you're young, you make mistakes and you do things, and unfortunately, society doesn't allow you to,
redeem yourself.
Right. And it makes it harder, even for you have someone who's been in jail has come out and they're a good person, they're trying to get on their feet, they can't get a job.
Right.
It's like, who am I to hold that against them? Like, why not try to help that person if that's who I'm trying to be with?
Right.
That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really see anything, wrong with that, as far as, like, you don't judge anybody on their past. But I will say, on the reciprocating end, I did date a guy that just got out of jail last year.
How was that?
And the only thing I'll say is that I found that we were on two different, I guess, times, because he's just getting out of jail. He actually, he's my age, so he's about 30. He had been in there, I think, like 4 or 5 years for robbery or something like that when he was younger, which is whatever, it's not my business. But when he got out, he wants to party a lot. So it's like
trying to play catch up.
Right, so that's the only thing that I found was kind of more of a challenge for us, because he was a really good person. Like, I do find that his mental is much better than some of the guys that I have dated, and I guess because he, has had time to kind of really think about some things. So, like, we had good chemistry, it's a good time, but it just got to be tiresome for me because, I'm working and doing all this stuff, and he works and everything too, but he also wants to go out like every night. He wants to go to the parties and do everything in Atlanta. So dropping out of jail in Atlanta, if for me, it's not like we were like dating while he was in there. So we met after. So that's the only like challenge to where I was like, listen, I'm tired. Like I got a baby and I can't be out here on a Tuesday. But that's his life and I respect that. But that was, I would say that is my challenge. It's not so much about, you know, like whatever he did or the past. I don't care about that. But honey, they go, you know, they have all the money and they just want to go and party and pop bottles and spend it and be in this club and go to this place and that place. And it's like, honey,
sit down. I'm ready to sit down.
Can we Netflix? Chill. So yeah, that's my challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. That it will be, you're probably going to be on two different wavelengths because they have to reacclimate themselves to what's going on. You're already been there. You already been doing that. And so you're like you said, I'm ready to chill. And he's like, nah, I need to go party. I need to see what's going on in the city. You're like, man, ain't nothing going on in the city. Like, everything going on in the city. Everything is going on in the city. So, you know, but I feel like you don't judge a person by their past.
Right.
Everybody can get caught up in something regardless. So I can't judge you. For me, I've grown to pretty much know if I like you immediately or not, or if it's just gonna be like I'm going out with you for a free meal and I'm not really gonna want to talk to you later.
Yes.
So I know this. So I know what you're gonna be when I go out with you. I know it's not gonna be anything further than us just going out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I guess I really don't feel the dating thing as much anymore because I did it when I was younger, and like now it's old. Like I'd rather go pay for a meal myself than force a conversation with somebody that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what you're doing or what you're going through in life, and it may seem cruel, but I don't. So I'd rather not waste your time, and I don't want you to waste mine.
So have you ever like left the date?
I've never technically left the date. No, I'll follow it through.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it may not be a call back tomorrow, but I'll follow it through.
So how do you feel about if you met a guy and the chemistry was really great and you wanted to go out with him, but he said, you know, I really don't have any money right now to take you out. You know, I'm trying to get on my feet.
Walked.
So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm being honest and say, you know what I'm saying, I've literally, you know what I'm saying, paid for dates. You know what I'm saying? I've taken a guy out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to that, but I need to know where you're going with this. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to go out on dates and I'm the one paying for every date. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that you get ready to just get in and be like, oh, she like to pay for dates. She going to pay for dates. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I need to know where you're going because I feel like everybody does, and sometimes in your life you hit a bad patch. You know what I'm saying? You might have been on and then something happened and now you're off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind it, but it's not going to happen often. Let's just say that. It's not going to happen often.
I would prefer that they be a little more financially secure. So if, you know, they can't afford
But the chemistry is great.
Well, so is this like first date chemistry is good, or we're saying
It's like
I met him on the phone,
First
chemistry
time
is
you
good.
met him, chemistry is wonderful. Like you just really want to get to know this guy.
Off the map.
I don't need to know him that well because I have like things that, like the things I like to do, I feel like if I can afford to do it for myself in you, chemistry might be good and we can be friends, but as far as dating me, that's not the type of guy that I want. I want a guy that can pay for what I can pay for myself, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, so that's the only thing.
But sometimes you can lose out in that case.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a daughter, so I don't really have time to be building nobody up.
But what if he has great potential?
Then I feel like if God has it for me, then he'll come back around when that potential comes. But I don't think that's the man God is planting for me. So that's not the one that's going.
So you wouldn't want to be with him to build?
No,
No?
I'm not a builder because I did that before.
Okay.
So I think having done it before, it's a little different. Before, I was all for it. I'm like, I'll help you, whatever you need. But now that I've already been there, this time around, I feel like I just have more of a choice. So that's not that's not something that I feel like I can do again.
Okay. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Nikki?
To get to know them, I would talk to them more, maybe on the phone. Like, if you can't take me out, then we'll talk. And maybe when you get some money, you can. I'm not for the build up either. I'm to the point in my life where, for me, I know, you know, if I meet you, if I like you, I want to talk to you, I may give you a chance to talk, but eventually, if you're like, you know, you can't come up with $20 to take me to the movies. You know, a movie ticket is $10, and there's all types of discounts. So there's ways of you being able to, you can't take me out, but there's ways of you being able to show me that you want to or you're trying. And then if I know you have some type of plan, like it would take conversation for me, like a conversation as to, you know, okay, you don't have any money now, but what are you doing to get money?
Right.
Do you work? You know, do you
find out
things
what
aside,
your plan
stuff
is.
like that? Like, you know, is this a rough patch? Did you lose your job and you know you're just down right now?
Exactly.
But you know, is this gonna be 2 and 3 years in the making?
No.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's just where you know where I am, to you know, age wise and things like that. It's like, you know, at some point, you know,
you gotta show me something.
you have to show yourself something.
Make sure you pay the bills.
Right. If you're not showing it for me, do it for yourself, because you know I can take care of myself. You need to be able to take care of, you know, yourself and me,
Right.
not just you know.
Right.
Right.
So how you feel about dating a man with children?
I want him
Well,
to
I
have all
can't
the
be
kids.
objective or subjective
Right.
to when I have a child myself. So it's like I'm a package deal,
Yes.
and so no matter who I date, whenever I date them, there's always me plus one. So I feel like if you can't accept mine, how can I, you know, expect you not to have children? Everyone has a past. Everyone has children. What I don't deal with and won't deal with is
Baby
drama
mama.
from the
Baby
children's
mama.
mother.
Right.
So if you have multiples, or even if it's one, like, you know, I'm a baby mother is what they call it. I'm a child's mother. I've been on that end. So there's nothing you can tell me that, you know, about your child's mother. Oh, they need it. No, I've done it. I know when they're manipulating you and when they're not, and I can't, that irritates me. So I can't deal with someone who's dating someone who has a child and the other parent they're just so involved in everything that you do with your that like you don't take care of two households, you take care of your child and stuff like that. So I'm all for the kids as long as the relationship is for the father and the kid. It's not, you know, and yes, you're a family, but you're not a family.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I want the guy to have kids, actually, because I have a daughter and I don't necessarily want any more. So I found now that I've been getting a lot of younger guys that are like 28, like well established, but they don't have children. So of course at first they're like, oh, you have a kid, like it's fine, I dated a girl with a kid, whatever. But then it's like on a Wednesday and I'm like, I'm not coming out, like I can't come out, or like my daughter doesn't go to sleep until 9, so I'll see you after. And it's like, oh, it's late. And I feel that they don't really understand. They'll say that they understand, but they don't really understand when they don't have kids.
Right.
So I always say, have all the kids that you want without the drama, but and then two, for me, that's a good quality, I guess, to go back to like the first question in a guy. If he does have kids, I want to see him active. I want to see him be a part of their kid's life, because that's something that, eventually if we were dating or were to pursue a relationship, we would need to build that family aspect. So to know he already has a hand up,
Right.
then that kind of helps out. And then he won't he may not necessarily be coming in expecting me to like want to have his baby in 5 years, because it's like, I don't know.
Right. So how do you feel? Considering you don't
I was like,
have it,
considering I
kids,
don't
okay.
have kids. But I don't mind a guy that has kids. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, no one wants to deal with baby mama drama. Like your life, long as she's not the type of baby mom, like, well, let me say this, I don't want to date with nobody she just popped out a baby.
Right.
Right. I'm not dating just pop out. No, I can't. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what your circumstances
It has to be
were.
3 years or more for
You're
me.
right. I don't know what your circumstances were. I don't know if you saying you just met her and it just happened, whatever it may be. I don't want to deal with it, because not saying all mothers are like this, but some of them feel like they have some type of ownership
Right.
over the guy because they just gave them a child. So I'm gonna let you work through that, and then later. But no, I don't mind a guy having kids.
My friend once, she just told me, we were talking about it, she said that I need to stay away from guys that just got out of anything. She said just got out of jail, just got out of a relationship, just had a baby. I said, listen, if he just got out the shower at this point,
I
I don't even
I don't know,
want
right?
him.
Let's draw.
So that's what I've been going by. Just anything that just had a baby,
Yeah.
negative. What
Yeah.
did you just do? Negative. Like you get, I don't. No, I'm good. I'm good.
So how you feel about dating someone that still lives at home with their mom?
I guess it's going to depend on the age for me and the situation. Because technically, you know, when you sit back and you think about it and you're grown, like I wish I could still live with my mom, and that's just to be honest to God's truth. And I think if we thought that way, we probably could get ahead a lot faster in life. So I'm not going to completely knock it,
Right.
but there's a thin line, and I say that because you know
Are you still in the twin bed?
are you still at home in your bedroom?
Right, your room
room's
still the same. You still got the same bed.
You know, or like you know, I know I don't want to bring company back to my mom's house, so
Right.
Right.
it's like, do you have your own wing where you have a door you come in and out, and no, your mom's not going to come in, and you know, from there, I don't want to have to see your mom.
Right. I don't want to
You know,
stay
if
watch
you
TV
live
with her.
home, you know, that's fine. But I don't want to have to see your mom, especially if we're just dating, and I don't want to, you know,
Right.
I don't want to meet your mom.
Right.
So, you know, but you know, if let's say, you know, you just got out of something, you're trying to regroup and you live at home, or sometimes you have the ones that are caretakers,
Right.
Yeah.
and things like that. So it's a, like I said, it's a thin line.
So how do you feel about having sex the first night you meet someone?
I mean,
It's all
everybody
about the
adults.
chemistry. You do what you
Yeah,
want.
you do what
Yeah.
you do. You're adults. You
It's
know,
all about
it's
the
yeah,
chemistry.
it's all about your chemistry and what you. Yeah.
If it works, it
Everyone's got a
works.
one night stand or two.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Sometimes they're not one night stands though.
Sometimes they can turn out to
they
be long.
Sometimes
still,
they can be, or you know, it
but
just,
sometimes they.
How long would you hold out to have sex if it's somebody that you know you have that chemistry with, and you like, you know, I really want him. I want him to stay around. So how long would you hold out for?
I don't, honestly, now that I'm older, maybe in my younger days, I thought like that, saying, okay, if I hold out on a guy, he's going to stay around, you know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, if he like you, he going to stay around, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, you like him, he's going to stay around, but it really doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? I understand you don't want to do it on the first, you might not want to do it on the first night, but you know what I'm saying? Eventually, if you got chemistry with him, it's probably going to happen in a week or two.
Right, right. I know people have got married off of first
it,
night,
yeah, so I can't
dating.
Yeah, I don't look at it like that.
and I know people that held out and then
they broke up.
they broke up as the next
Broke
day.
up.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
I think
yeah,
it
it
just
all
kind of depends
depends.
on the person and what you want from them. Maybe. Yeah.
more so just to me it's just when it's time, when it's right for you and it's right for them. So there's no, you know, time limit. Like when you're younger and you think like, oh, you know, well, am I gonna be a hoe? Am I gonna be a hoe? And it's like women, like they first have to get that stigma off of us that we can't be sexually free or whatever it is that we want to be. Just, you know, the way that men do, as long as you're doing what you have to do and protecting yourself. To me, it's no one else's business. You know what you do. So to me, it's just all about the chemistry between you and that person. When it's right for you and it's right for them, it's gonna happen. It could be day 1, day 2, day 43.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, whatever's right for you all at that time, I feel.
So what if you really liked the guy, you held out, and then you had sex, and it was
trash.
Bad.
It was trash.
Man.
Well, I can speak personally for me. I'm gonna walk away.
Brother, I'm about to say, bro's probably getting cheated on.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, that's why you just go.
You just leave.
See it,
You
yeah.
just leave and
Yeah,
don't deal
I
with
see.
it.
I do
Yeah.
it the first day and figure it out.
Right,
To figure out what I want, and then I know I don't want to put you in a position where I mean I can really like you, but if you're not satisfying
There
me,
you go.
I
You go.
know myself, and
Yep.
I know
There it is.
I'm not gonna be able to be
That's-
satisfied or
yeah.
whatever,
He's
and
gonna
I'm
let
gonna
you
go
do
out.
it.
And so for me,
So,
it's like
that's-
that's what all comes back to being honest with yourself
There
and
you
what
go.
you want.
Right.
So I mean, people call it mean, brutal, whatever. I'm the
mean.
one that's gonna tell you.
right.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me. This wasn't right, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. We're good. I'll cut you off and keep it moving.
But that keeps from stringing a person along, you know
Right,
what I'm saying?
too,
And instead
yeah.
of a person thinking like, oh, or them talking about you later and be like, oh, she cheated on me. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it's
She
like,
cheated on me. She did this, that, and the other. But you cutting them off right at the head. It's like, no pun intended.
Exactly.
that, or I guess where if, if it is someone that you really, really like, you can, at that point, you can kind of teach somebody what you want, or, for you and things like that, depending on how old you are, how you feel. But again, if they just don't have the sauce,
They don't have the sauce. Yeah.
it's really much, you can lead a, what is it? You can lead a
Lead
horse
the
to
water,
water,
but you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
So that's more so what it is.
Right, but what if this guy
And he might
But
think
just-
you know what he doing.
just
So.
giving you everything else you wanted, just like
Like money and stuff.
yes,
Oh, that's see. You
Yes.
should have led with that, Auntie.
yes.
That money makes
Yes.
it look a little different.
But later on,
but you're
but
still-
why
but you're
later
still
on,
gonna cheat on it.
but yeah, that's my question.
Now,
Are
for
you
me,
gonna
I'm
leave
still
cheat?
gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
my
can
question.
give
Are
me
you
everything
gonna
I
cheat?
want, but if I'm not happy, with what we're supposed, because that's the most intimate part of your relationship.
Right. So then again, you stringing
I mean,
somebody. You
if
don't
we-
string them along.
If we have chemistry though, and he is coming with the bag, I'll be happier. Like with that, when they say money makes you come, like bro, we can work with that. Now,
Right.
if he's already slacking, he don't have the job, he's living with his mom, he's a gay, he ain't got the
gone.
bag, and then he
He
comes
gone.
with that, but we have good chemistry, then he's out the door. But if he's got everything else, but
gotta
bad
deal with
I
it.
sex.
shower you with everything.
I mean,
deal with
I'm gonna work.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
because
want.
I feel like then at that point we are gonna make it work. Like I can make it work, and I probably won't cheat on him because I can fill in the rest.
Right.
But when like everything's bad, you can give or take because
Because I'm
You
sure
do it
there's a
yourself.
lot of single men out there that will shower you with everything and the sex is not
Yeah.
good.
right. Bad.
All men
But
don't
see,
have great
But
sex.
and it's
Yeah,
almost
no.
as if they know it, and that's why they
That's
don't.
what
And that's why they
Yeah.
want perfect sex. Right.
They
Right.
know that they don't have
Yeah.
the best
Right.
thing coming for them or
What you say,
whatever.
we back, baby.
So it's like,
Right.
they try to buy you off, and it's like that's all well and good, but eventually,
You will have to
eventually,
yeah, that is
step
all
out.
jokes
it's not gonna,
aside,
it's not gonna be for me. All of that's it, but it wouldn't be enough.
yeah.
I'm sorry. By me.
You're not kidding.
By me.
Me too. What did you say? You know what? I actually do love you. You know,
I do. I love
this.
everything you do.
Yeah,
for me.
I love that.
Dang,
You
dang.
call me here, you over the guy.
You wanna go take your 30 seconds in the car? Because I got you, baby. Like,
Right.
I knew what you just
Right.
called me, right?
Right, you know what you just
But are you? But you would be happy with that, and where that's the rest of your life, and you're never gonna sleep with anybody else.
I mean, I could make it work. If he's
I
doing
could.
everything else, I could make it work.
Did you make it work?
I mean, but see,
I'll just cheat on Fridays. The first Friday of the month. Maybe. See, like,
that's the understanding.
you don't have to give
That's
me
the understanding that you're gonna cheat every Friday.
It's Friday.
But I
It's a
believe
no for me.
I believe that comes along with chemistry.
Yeah.
So I believe like if you ain't got that, or maybe
Yeah.
the chemistry's so good that you're gonna overlook it. I don't know.
Because
but-
you can do that too. You can like a person so
Overlook.
much
Like
that
that you
you'll,
overlook it.
you'll make yourself think that it's good, or you're
Right.
you'll
That's
you'll-
what I can do,
So
yeah.
but that just if they have everything and you really really like them, like you
Yeah.
want to be
You have
with
to-
them,
yeah, want to be with them.
stuff like
you want
that.
to be with them.
You
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
want to make it good.
I agree.
But
Yeah, but then it's like, we joke and say that, but I do have a friend that's her husband gives her everything she wants. Like, he had her like a housewife. She didn't have to work. I mean, dressed up, same everything, but she would always say like his sex was horrible and she would always cheat on him. So
wow.
I guess it just kind of depends on,
Right.
on you, because he did give her everything, but she still would cheat on him every chance that she got because it's,
And
it
you never
wasn't
found
that.
out?
Mm-mm. He never found out.
Oh, she's good.
She's
I mean, I
They
look
still
deeper.
together?
no.
I think
Okay.
a little different say that we can talk about sex, but sometimes at the end of the day, somebody's might not work. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
so you have to base your relationship on something else at that
Right.
point in time. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, a lot of people are like, oh, it's all about sex, it's all about sex. But if I can't have we're now flipping to say, if I can't have a conversation with you afterwards, then what was the point? Or I'd be like,
So where does sex fall in your top 3 for you?
I mean, whew. Top 3. It's gonna be in the middle. It's gonna be number 2. It's
Okay.
gotta be in the middle.
I'm gonna go with it's like 1.5. So it's like I say God is 1. 1.5 would be the job. Okay, I'll put it at a smooth 1.75 before we get to 2. Somewhere between 1 and 2. I'm gonna go
top
with
3?
that. Yeah, that's the top 3. Somewhere
Top
between
3.
1 and 2.
What about you, Nikki?
I would say it's number 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's in the middle for all of you.
Mhm.
Okay. So back in the day, for me, it used to be number one.
Okay.
I could
Yes.
just tell y'all then. But then, as I got older and I learned, it actually moved down to number 3.
What's first two?
What's first two?
The bag.
Oh, well, you know, we know the bag. Both bags. She said the bag. The one bag. And the two bags. The
I got
bag.
the 1 and the 2.
No, it ain't so
Yeah.
much of that. It's so much as having a friend, somebody you can
Yeah.
laugh
Number
with.
1,
Right?
yeah. Number 1 is friends.
Somebody that you can be friends with, you can laugh with. Because, I mean, I look at my relationship now. We laugh more than we fuss.
Right.
You know, and when we do fuss, it ends up in laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, he should be your friend first.
That's right. That's the number
Yeah.
1 for me.
If you can connect on that
Yes.
level, then that's
you can
that's
Everything
go.
else,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
what
then
I say. You
it's
can't
gonna
really,
last.
everything else fills itself in.
Exactly. So yeah. Well, thank you, ladies.
Well, thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
On Real and Raw. I'm
Yes.
so excited. This is our first episode. Look for more to come. So
Yeah.
second one, we're gonna have a panel of men
Oh,
okay.
right.
with the
yeah.
same topic.
That'll be interesting. That,
Right.
I might
I need to, I just
Yeah.
need to listen. Yeah, I wanna
Right,
hear
right. So I'm really excited about that. Again, thank you for joining me on Real and Raw.
All right.